is why working hard isn't the key to success. By interviewing 192 creators who each make $1 million, I found some surprising patterns about how they actually got rich. And they didn't just work hard or got lucky, they had special tricks and ideas that helped them. And some of these tricks are so simple that you could use them too. So in the story, I will share the top 10 best secrets I discovered from these interviews, and you will find out how they made their dreams come true, and maybe it will give you ideas on how to make your own dreams come true. So let's go. Number one of what we learned from $1 million creators is that they love to be solopreneurs. And that means they don't want to build a big company with 50 people where they have to do daily, weekly, monthly meetings. They actually just have a few contractors. They hate employees. And what are these contractors doing? They are specialists in, for example, editing social media content, editing their podcasts, doing scheduling and emailing for them, so the VA. And even more interesting is that they still do a ton of stuff. So they produce content for social media, for their offers, but also they have to deliver value to the customers. They have to serve them, do customer support, and they have to build better systems and automations for their business because they are by themselves. What makes it even more interesting is that they're normal people and they don't work a lot. So they sleep 7.5 hours. They work 20 to 40 hours, some even just like 5 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours. They are 40 years old and they're married, have kids, and they want to optimize their lifestyle. That means that they have so many obligations, so many things on their plate, and they only work so little that it's really hard for them to get anything done. And for that reason, the biggest issue that they have is time. How do they get out of this? Well, they think coaches can help them, because when they cracked 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures, and then ultimately 7 figures and some 8 figures, it was quite often due to coaches that helped them to change limiting beliefs, to level up their mindset, to do better marketing, to produce content more effectively, to automate their business better. Usually people that have done it already, and they can learn from these people how they have done it, so they will just replicate that. So these coaches are their fast track to success, and with them, they now go to 8 figures, 9 figures, and beyond. What is also interesting is that over the years, they usually have built out an offer stack. So this offer stack consists of usually 3 to 10 offers and is priced between $10 to $100K. Quite often even $1, $3, $7 on the very low end, and then all the way up to maybe even beyond the 100K, 250K, 500K, even $1 million per seat. If you think Tony Robbins, if you want to work one-on-one with Tony Robbins, you pay $1 million. On the lower end, he has Unleash the Power Within, Date of Destiny, or even free content on YouTube, right? So you have the software stack. Important here is that if you build all of that out in the beginning, you will fail. So you have to start somewhere. If you have no audience or small audience, you go in with a high ticket offer, because with a high ticket offer, you can actually make a lot of money per client per year. They make on average $30,000 per client per year. That means with 3 clients, you essentially crack the 6-figure mark already. If you sell something for $10 and you have no audience and you sell to 3 people, you make $30, right? This is $30K. So you start high ticket. That's your first offer. Then you go mid ticket, low ticket. You put out your full offer stack, but not in the beginning, in the second step. Next, if you have actually a big audience, and you don't want to sell time for money, but you want to sell product for money right away from the get-go, then you can go in with low ticket. And from there, you can then build out mid-ticket and high ticket so that people just like buy courses or lead magnets or tripwires. And then the few ones that really want to work with you one-on-one, they will reach out to you, and then you tell them, yeah, but that's the price point. If you want it, go for it. Otherwise, don't. And that's how you build the offer stack up from the bottom. So next, they love cash and profitable businesses. Why is that so interesting? Because if you think Facebook, Uber, Amazon, these businesses were all built with investor money, hundreds of millions, built big companies, big teams, big facilities, big offices to build something for the future. $1 billion businesses that floats on the stock market, it goes into the hundreds of billions of value. So in the beginning, the first 10 years, 20 years, quite often doesn't make any money. It's the grind. You work 100+ hours and that's about it. That's very different here. They love cash today, this month, this year. And this thing has to make the money immediately with limited amount of work. So many of the people I interview, they actually have a net 80 and net 90 business. What does it mean? That means that 80% to 90% of the revenue is actually profit that they then reinvest in real estate, in crypto, in also just leaving it at the bank. So their channels are Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Facebook is essentially that. I mean, not in all cases. There are some cases where the audiences are 40 years or older and they are still on Facebook. So there they have a Facebook group and it still serves them and Facebook is doing the job for them. The others are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. TikTok is the easiest to get reach. Instagram is the best for business and conversion for short form content. YouTube is the best for long form, for building up in real assets. So if you have a video that is doing really well, there's a good chance that still in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, it will still do well because people are searching for it. If the video is even long, let's say 1 hour, 2 hour long, you build a very different relationship with your customers because they spend 1 or 2 hours with you, not 7 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever, where they swipe through. So that means if you have 1 million followers on TikTok and you have 1 million followers on YouTube, that follower amount on YouTube is 100 times more valuable than TikTok. So should you now disregard TikTok? That's not what I'm saying. But I think, for example, you could have YouTube as a base and then have shorts for Instagram, TikTok that feed again back into YouTube. Or second, YouTube native long form is a very difficult game. It's much more difficult than, let's say, X or Instagram, Twitter. So for that reason, you could also start on Instagram, TikTok. And once you have more traction, more experience on how to do video, you can then go into YouTube as a second step. Right. And finally, they also read a lot. Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and The One Thing, and also I would say Atomic Habits. So with that, they even foster in that mindset that they are living, and with that, they make then $1 million or more. So no matter if you're starting out or already have big dreams, these tips from super successful $1 million creators can help you to reach your goals as well. So if you like the content, subscribe below, and see you in the next video.